It's one of these buttons. Let's see, did that kill the audio? It should have killed the audio. I am up close and personal here, aren't I? Hope everybody's doing out there. How you doing, Miss Wendy? I see the mic is moving, so I must be working. Anyway, let me check that real quick. Am I live or am I Memorex? Oh, maybe I've got it. Oh, it says I'm live. It said. Anyway, here we go. I can hear you. I'm doing good. Good deal. Hello, Pork Chop. How are you? I got that zoomed way up on a wide. Yeah, it'll work. How y'all doing? Hey, I found something that we were talking about last night on Ray's Live, and I think I can share it without copywriting as long as like in the picture. I don't know. I really don't know how that works. If I can't monetize this one, that's fine. But I just thought this was kind of cool since we were talking about it last night. This Ray's Live when I was. Oh, okay. Hello, Ray. How's it going? All right. Let's see if I can do this right. I may monitor this for just a moment, make sure I'm doing it right. But since we were talking about it last night, I thought it would be kind of interesting. That's a lot. I thought it would be kind of interesting. Hmm. Oh, let's start that over. I think I see why.
Concerns about feral hogs overrunning some North Texas neighborhoods again.
Yeah, up to 13 hogs spotted in the Valley Ranch area on the Irving-Coppell line. And if that spot sounds familiar to you, it's the same spot that they ripped up earlier this year. We've got video from the area showing those hogs rooting their way around, surveillance footage. They've torn through yards, easements, even the front lawn of a school. Thousands of dollars in damage. Experts say they may be hiding in the woods along Grapevine Creek. One neighbor even put up an electric fence to try to protect his lawn. Some of those neighbors say they feel defeated.
I think every single homeowner feels this way, anyone that has to endure this type of damage.
So far, Coppell says it won't intervene yet, while Irving has added pedestrian gates along Grapevine Creek to keep those hogs out. But neighbors worry more may need to be done. And listen, when you look at the state and what the state says, $500 million in damages annually.
So each year.
It's a huge problem, and these things reproduce like that.
That's right. When you see the damage in some of the neighborhoods and
It's not the hogs.
I thought maybe some lightning. When you see the damage in the neighborhood, you can see why those homeowners are so concerned.
This morning, we're hearing concerns about feral hogs overrunning some North Texas neighborhoods again.
Yeah, up to 13 hogs spotted in the valley.
What do y'all think about that? That was pretty wild, wasn't it? See, I should be back around here. I just thought it was pretty interesting since we was just talking about that last night. And I saw a deal on Facebook, and it said that the caption was hogs are not as bad as what people thought they were. So there you go. That's what we deal with here. Granted, that's south of here, but Irving is where my aunt actually used to live. So that's, I mean, that is the Metroplex, not far from DFW. This ain't out in the country. Copal is kind of out a little bit, I think, but Irving is the heart of the Metroplex. Yeah. You don't want to they'll run from you, but if they feel threatened in any way, and if they've got little piglets, they are very protective of their babies. So, anyway, I just thought that was kind of cool. And when I saw that on Facebook, I said, that's kind of odd that we were just talking about that last night. I thought it was anyway. Guess I closed that other window out. But I was looking. You know, a while back I had mentioned whether the channel would get to 2,000 subscribers. Where am I? What am I doing? And apparently, let's see, 2002. Yeah, you tell me that Facebook and all that is not listening, and people worry about what's that, TikTok? They worry about TikTok. I guarantee you, Facebook is probably twice as bad as TikTok ever thought about being. Anyway, we did it, 2002. You know, I was kind of hoping to be. I'd asked a while back. You know, I thought, you think we can make the 2,000 by the end of the year? Well, we did it. So I guess, I mean, to me, that's a big milestone. I know to a lot of people that's probably nothing, but, you know, maybe this time next year we could be hitting 10,000. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, thank you. Probably wouldn't be here without y'all. I appreciate it. I'm eating Smarties. They had these on sale at the dollar store. Went to the dollar store earlier. I'm trying to get to 1,500 by the end of the year. I actually look around my microphone here. I mean my camera. Well, this shows 1.44. I bet you make it. I bet you can do it. I think Dirty Shoes Adventures is subscribed to you. Dashing Grandpa's Random Reviews, and Takes On My Road Trippers. I think they're all subscribed to you. That's all the channels I have. But anyway, I really didn't have much to talk about. When I saw the Facebook on the hogs, I thought, well, that's something interesting to go with for a minute or two. And then talk about the 2K. Oh, the title of tonight's live is got me thinking. Y'all know, the deal I've been doing with that agency, the one I call China Dolls. And I had said that I wanted them to start paying me again. So, hey, kicking butt and taking names, that's the game. Anyway, it was kind of like know your worth, but you got to be realistic too. Because I did have another agency email me last night, and it was for 2 videos for little portable chargers, and they was wanting me to do them for free, and I said I can't work for free. Then I told them, I could do them for, I think I told them at first, I told them $75. No, it wasn't 75. It was 100. Some of them I tell 100 to 150 per video, but you gotta be realistic. If it was a big brand, a well-known brand, that would be different. But these China sellers, they're scraping by just like we are. But anyway, I wound up getting it was $35, so $70. They finally agreed to doing $70 for both of them. So I mean, in today's times, there's so many people doing these videos that you really can't. You have a lot. If you get on Reddit, a lot of the content creators that do the affiliate marketing, they say, I wouldn't make a video for less than $500. I think those days are gone. If you was a huge content creator, if you had a YouTube channel and you had 500,000 subscribers, something like that, you could probably demand those prices. But for people that's, 10,000 or less, you're not going to get that, I don't think. So I think it's better to just not work for free, but consider the product that you're getting and if you can use it for you personally, that's great. Or if you can use it for a gift, or if you can sell it. You got to think about all that. Don't just think, well, I'm going to demand this for that video because, like the KVM switch I have over here where I can hook up 2 computers to my monitors and all I got to do is hit a button. I didn't get paid nothing for that, and it was a lot of work. But it's something I wanted. It made my life easier. So you got to kind of think about all that. Always go high and they will pay lower, but still good. Yeah, that's what I did. And they wound up, they said that they couldn't do that budget. And I said, okay, if you get anything else that you can have that flexibility, let me know. And a few minutes later, they came back with that number. I said, okay, I'll do that. Because those little portable chargers make wonderful little Christmas presents for grandkids or for somebody else. But you get to keep the product too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you get to keep the products. And like I said, especially now, I've got one metal shelf in here that I'm starting to stack up for Christmas gifts. I've got 2 different family Christmas parties I got to go to, and they all do that. What do you call it? China Christmas. What is it called? In this case, if you're a guy, you take a guy's gift. If you're a girl, you take a girl's gift. And you pick numbers. Anyway, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But we've got the 2 women's gifts, and I've already got the 1 man's gift. Kind of thinking about another one. I may already have yet, but I don't know. I haven't decided. Depends on what comes in between now and December 20th. So did the China dolls not ever come back to pay a decent price? Nope. No, and they actually had an air compressor that I talked to my daughter this morning, and I gave her one, and she said it wasn't working. Now, I don't know if she's not using it right. I really don't know. I'm going to check it out next time I'm in town and get over by where she lives. But China dolls tried to get me to do one last night, and I said, does it pay a commission? And they come back with 10. I said, I'll do it for 20. And she said, I'll check with the bosses or whatever. And then I asked her a little while later, and she said they wouldn't do it. And I said, well, I'm not doing it then. But had I known my daughter was needing one, I might have went ahead and did it. I just really hate to give in to them because I've been kind of demanding from them. And I'm kind of calling their bluff because everything they're sending, I'm rejecting. I haven't accepted anything from them. So I think they're going to get the picture if they want. And I told them, I said, you can tell your bosses if they want me to do it, they're going to pay me. If they don't want me to do it, then they can go find another content creator and hope for the best. It's not that big a deal to me. I'm still getting stuff in almost every day. My table is starting to get a few things on it again. Well, it's not exactly Secret Santa because, technically, you're not supposed to know who brought who brought what gift. You don't know what it is, though. So you have to, you pick numbers are given out, and when your number comes up, if your number's 7, you can either steal the gift from somebody that's already opened it, or you can open a new gift. That's pretty cool. We've been doing that for several years. Probably, oh my gosh, let's see. 40 years. But like my aunt, she buys all the kids' stuff. Not like my kids' age stuff, but like the great grandkids for them. White Elephant Exchange. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was called Chinese Christmas or something. Anyway, you draw the number and then you pick the gift. You have a man's pile and a women's pile, so you kind of know. But a lot of it nowadays is really kind of unisex. It's obviously a guy don't want a purse or gift set of perfume. But, you take a guy like me, and if somebody had some cookware or something, technically that would be a woman's gift, but I may take it. Like a few years ago, they had all the little Rubbermaid. I don't think it was actually Rubbermaid, but it was good stuff. But I got it, and that was a woman's gift, but I needed it. As it turns out, I didn't wind up keeping it. It went down the road, way down the road. Anyway, past life. The guy not wanting a purse, you must not want it. Yeah, well, honestly, there are times where I kind of wished I had a purse. You get too much to carry between a phone, a tablet. If you're trying to carry your cup, you got your hands full and you're trying to struggle to get to the car, and it'd be so much easier just throwing a satchel, is what we could call it. But fanny packs? No, I never did the fanny pack thing. I know a lot of people do, but no. Or maybe that was the 80s thing. I don't know. No. But carrying a purse, it does make sense. The cool thing is if you've got a camera bag, you can get away with that. You can carry a small backpack or a camera bag and put all your stuff in it. And it's basically like a purse, but you need a manly backpack. Actually, I've got a backpack. It's a camera backpack, and it says Canon on it. But I also did a review on a little camera bag a couple of weeks ago, a month ago. And I would have kept it, but it's too big for what I wanted. I already got a big one, a backpack. And this is one you just throw over your shoulder. I just wanted one small enough, this big, just to throw my camera in. Not take no lenses, nothing like that. Because sometimes I'm going out to the lake to shoot a review like that fishing reel I did the other day, and I don't need my big camera bag, but it'd be nice to be able to just throw some batteries and my camera itself in the bag. Most of the time I just leave it on the tripod and hope nothing falls on it. Use your old laptop bag. Yeah, I've got a laptop bag in there that's older than my grandkids. But it serves its purpose. I think that's where the DVD player is that plugs into the laptop. I really don't know. Walked by some DVDs in the dollar store earlier, and I saw one. I thought, I wouldn't mind watching that. And I thought, what am I going to watch it on? I'd have to dig through and find my DVD player, plug it into the computer. It's like Willy Wonka. I know Willy Wonka for free, so the stream is next to impossible. Now, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, you can find that, but the original, they want you to pay for it. No. I did buy something else, though. Really didn't need it. I'm gaining weight. They're so good. But I can only eat like 2 of them. They're just way too sweet for me. They'll start getting hard, and I'll probably throw them away. Like I said, I can only eat 1 or 2 at a time. And that's several hours between, so they'll last for days. I get on kicks like that. I'll buy a little bag of candy, and I'll wind up throwing it away because it'll get old. I just want it at the moment. I just want something sweet, just a bite or 2. That's it. Because I don't eat cake, really. I don't eat pie, really. I don't eat candy, just every once in a while. He don't eat candy, but he's got circus peanuts in here, yeah. But like I said, they'll wind up going in the trash here in about a month. Those peanuts are great. And I find those so sweet. Yeah, they are very sweet. And these are the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store. They're good. There's $1 for the bag of them. For the bag of them. Right. Anyway, I really didn't. Oh, I did. Well, actually, Emily did. Emily went and helped her mom today clean and found the GoPro. But this is one. This was before I got into GoPros and all that. Because this one, I mean, it's like a waterproof case, but it can't be waterproof because it's got exposed ports. It's got your mini USB port, micro USB port, whatever it is. And if we can't find a plug, then it's going to be worthless. But hopefully I've got a cord. Anyway, I didn't really need it. They're on eBay for $32. So, but you can't take them out of the case. I looked it up, and they are made to stay in this case. Used to eat a lot of them, but I found them ever so sweet now. Yeah, most definitely. Anyway, pretty cool. These came out in 2015. And I think the 7 was the first one I had. So what was that? Probably 2018, somewhere in there. Yep, it's a full-blown GoPro. Yep. But it has to stay in this case. And they have built-in batteries. So it may not even be any good because if the battery is completely drained, it may not charge. And that's if I can find the cord. So who knows? I don't know if it'll work or not. But Emily brought it home for me. So I'm going to see if it'll work. And who knows? May set it up. May have, if the battery is gone, maybe it'll work directly off the plug. I think she looked it up, and I think she found a cord for $4.99, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, you can't even replace. Of course, this is just going to be a lens cover. I didn't know they actually made them in the case. So I say it was before my GoPro knowledge. You checked on your subscriber account recently? Oh, by the way, Pork Chop, I bought the paint can sprayer. I didn't know they made such a thing. Because when I got a windmill, and when I was spray painting, my finger gets sore. You switch hands. That was very useful. I ordered it, so hopefully it'll be in a couple of days. And I don't know when I'll be using them, but I'll have them when I get ready. That was a good video. And all of your videos are good, but I mean, that was something I actually could really use. And I did order it through your link. So maybe you'll make a penny. Be about it, but pennies add up. $187. Oh, did it show up? Okay, cool. Yeah, I got the one with the bigger handle on it. Because the one you're still using just your finger. And I thought, well, you could use all your fingers and it might be less stress. But and I like the way, and kudos by the way, because I like the way that you linked to that. You linked to the not a particular one, but the whole page of them, or so that gave people choices. But either way, you got them there. That was a pretty good idea there. I like that. Very smart. Wow. $202. You're at 202 now. I think, well, I saw your cans of Rust-Oleum, and I think the one that I ordered was Rust-Oleum brand. It was two of them for like $14.99. You can't, that's, man, for the stress on that one finger, if you're doing much spray painting, it's very well worth it. Yeah, well, those videos, I just noticed it was 1 minute and 31 seconds. Now you can run shorts for 3 minutes, I believe. That would probably get you a lot of views running on shorts. I just have to turn it up when you're away from your phone, and when you get closer, then I'll have to turn it back down. The first video I did was better. I said I always get the black paint on my fingers, but I was holding a can of brown paint, but I didn't even catch it. I mean, I knew you had the cotton gloves on, but I didn't even catch that it was brown. Most people are not going to. I didn't even notice that. That's a pretty good deal, too. You got lubricant there, so if he was spraying like belt dressing on the belt in the car, pretty cool. That's what I forgot to get. I just looked down, and natural dog food made me think about it. When I walked into the grocery store earlier, or was that yesterday? I went to the grocery store. Whenever I went to the grocery, I think it was yesterday. They had bags of walnuts, and I meant to get a bag of walnuts. Dang it, and I forgot. And they're closed, or they will be closed. I think they close at 10. Oh, well. I'll get some tomorrow. It's not but a mile from here. I did the video over the black paint can. I I didn't even notice, to be honest with you. Well, yeah. You had different paint cans there. Nobody's going to catch that. If you really critique some of my stuff, some of what I say doesn't make sense. I'm like, what? And what I have issues with me because I'm tone deaf, I don't even understand what I'm saying in some of my videos. And I wish you could put closed captioning when you're editing so I could say, what did I say? And I'll listen to it and I'll listen to it. And if I can't make it out, I usually just cut that part out because I don't know what I said. That's bad when you don't even understand yourself. Grab the walnuts and we could ride along with you getting walnuts. My internet is so awful in this town, I guarantee you it would probably drop the signal. And I can't, I'm on OBS, so I couldn't even join my live stream. OBS, you have to use a third party like StreamYard or a couple of others. I looked it up. And then you actually have to like share, like I did a while ago when I'm sharing the other screen onto this one. That's why, when I do have guests, when I wind up doing that, I'll go through StreamYard. I love OBS, but in that part of it, and it's not very good. If they could integrate a way to invite guests within the OBS platform or program, app, whatever, it would be great, but not yet. And I don't know if they ever will, because OBS has probably been around a lot longer than StreamYard. So I don't know. Miss Womble doesn't understand me a lot of time, although that may be my choice. Well, I'm with her sometimes, because sometimes I have to say, what did he say? Most of the time I can understand you, though. But yeah, hers may be by what they call that, male selective, but she may have female selective hearing. And another thing that y'all probably run into is if you're making a video, she may not realize that you're talking to her. She may be thinking you're still working on the video or something. I've had that issue a few times. Just get totally ignored. Hey, I was talking to you. Oh, I thought you was videoing. No. So, give them a break. It's funny when you have your cursor over a video, it just kind of gives a sample play. And Pork Chop has got this bird feeding station, includes 4 free bird feeders. But it's a big plastic bag, and she just keeps on pulling it out like this, over and over and over. It's just where I've got the mouse. Yeah. Oh, okay. You had black spray paint in your hand at the beginning of the video. Like, I don't know. I know one thing. I just looked at your Miracle-Gro, and it just made me realize it. My mums were real pretty and everything, but I had them up on my porch, so they died pretty quick. And Mom told me that if you pinch off or tear off the dead flower blooms, then they're supposed to rebloom. And mine wasn't doing nothing. I figured it dried up and just was on a slow death. But when I was backing into the driveway earlier, I have to back into my driveway because I'll drag if I don't. Anyway, but I've got some new flowers, little flowers on it. So it's coming back to life. I don't know how long they bloom. You know, maybe until it gets cold. I did bring it in the house a few nights ago because it was last week because it was supposed to freeze, but I don't think it ever dropped below freezing. I used to start over every time, and a plane would fly over or some other noise. Now I don't care as much. Yeah, Mom had read that you're supposed to water them from the bottom, but I got mine and I just set it in I went to Ollie's and bought a pot, and of course the pot has a hole in the bottom of it, so I can't water mine from the bottom. But what I did do is take my nozzle and put it up in the plant, and just water it. But I felt it yesterday, and it was real damp. So it's got plenty of water right now. They're just mums. Just, the big cluster of mums at all the grocery stores and everybody. I think Walmart, I think probably came from Walmart. I think they were like $9.99 or whatever. I don't remember. I know I took a picture originally and sent it to my mom when I got them, but I bet I've deleted it. Yeah, because I must have deleted it because here's grandson's football game. Haven't been to Ollie's yet. We've got a few. It's kind of a neat store because they'll have different things. Like right when you walk in on the left, they usually have like the little tents and stuff. But they have different things, which sometimes is pretty cool. They're so pretty, but they only last a few weeks, but they will probably bloom again in the spring. Mine are starting to bloom again now, but I think you're supposed to put them in the ground. But I don't know. But I do know they won't grow in the shade because I had mine up on my little glass table on the front porch, and it gets no sunshine, and it started dying. Unless they die anyway like that. I mean, it didn't die, but anyway. I'll take a picture of them tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, tomorrow. Let's see. This is Wednesday. Yeah. I'll take a picture of them tomorrow and show y'all if you're here. The 3 or 4 little flowers that are on it. Anyway. I don't know what I'll do with my flower bed out in the front yard. And I keep pulling pecan trees out of it, and I pulled stickers out of it, and I don't know, some of it may be a wildflower, some of it may just be a weed. No, mine are not yellow. They were like a kind of a purpley color. I think they're purple. Let's look at mums. Let's go to images. I think I can't remember. I think they were like scissors, right? Yeah, I think they were like those, but I can't remember. And I just looked at them a little bit ago. They might have looked more like these right here. I think they did look like those right there. Yeah, I mean I like the yellow, but I like that color because it was different. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking if I just till up the whole flower bed this winter, I may get just pull all of that out, till it up, and just put marigolds in it. My grandma used to have marigolds, and it pretty much didn't matter what you did to them. They looked pretty, and they were hardy. You didn't have to worry about watering them all the time, and they got thick. I don't know. Get some purple wandering Jew. You will never get rid of it. It will freeze and come back and grow in the sun or shade. You can pinch off the stem and shove it in the ground. Oh, really? Oh, do they need? Well, I thought marigolds might grow, but you may be right because they had them. She had them all around her house. But yeah, they would have had to. They would let's see the house. They would have had to mourn until about when the sun went over the house, noon, 1 o'clock. Well, maybe scratch out of it. That was a bad thing when I went to look for flowers. There's so many that I liked, but they needed full sun, and they're on the porch on that where the flower bed is right off front of the porch. Generally, there is no sunshine. You know, you go out 3 foot in front of it, and it has sunshine for a few hours till it hits that big tree out there. I don't know. Now the backyard, well, there's trees in the backyard too. I love trees, but as far as trying to make nice, pretty flower beds and whatnot, that's tough. And I don't want to invest in a lot of landscaping because, it's a rent house. And who knows how long I'll be here. When the marigold blooms, it's done and you can separate and scatter it. New plants will come up. Yeah. The marigolds my grandma had she had all different colors. They were just thick. They'd grow like weeds. The only thing I ever got to grow like weeds was mint. We planted mint in my old house when my kids were little. And I wound up just having to mow. I would mow because it'd come in thick and start running out and past where I wanted it. But it sure smelled good. It smelled up the whole area. My backyard, the neighbor's backyard. Plus in the hot summertime, you have to water pretty much every day. They may have watered every day. I don't know because they had a water well. So the flower bed and the garden always got watered. But that was kind of a sandy loam out there next to the river. And it out there, that ground would grow pretty much anything. I don't know. I just don't know. Another thing in my bird bath, the pump in it went out. I took it apart yesterday because I watched a video and the little blade on the inside of it, I forgot what it was called. Anyway, but I couldn't get the pump apart. And I've got an old, you'll probably remember the little round one that looked like a tree trunk. I kept it because I was going to thought, well, I can use that pump on this. But the power cord runs through the bottom of the bird bath and it's all sealed. And if I break that loose to slide the other power cord in, it's probably just going to leak. So I guess I'm going to wind up having to just throw this bird bath away and buy a new one. But it's kind of fun to sit here and be editing and stuff like that and just turn around and watch the birds for a minute. And, I'm not a big bird watcher or nothing, but it takes your mind off of it for a moment. And you watch the behavior of birds, and birds are kind of like people. You have some that are nice, and then you have some that are just bullies. And it can be the same breed of a bird. What's fun is watch them hit the window. I've only seen a couple hit the window, but I can hear it hit, and I turn around and look, and they're laying on the porch for a second, and then they fly off. The dove in the backyard, I don't know if y'all remember me talking about it. The one that hit my bedroom window and was laying out in the yard. I forgot to go out there and bury it, and then about 2 days later, it was gone. So I think a cat came through and helped itself. Free meal. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see a woodpecker out there. A woodpecker come the other day to get the drink. I love watching blue jays take a bath. I have a few blue jays, but not many. And I've got a couple of cardinals. I got tons of robins. That's 90% of the birds that I have is robins. They'll run off the dove. And then you get the little finches. They're not sparrows, they're finches. And I had to Google the difference because if you just glance at them, they look the same. But the finches, let's see, they have I think if you remember right, the finches have like a curved beak a little bit, and the sparrow's beak is straight. But the coloring is almost the same, but not quite. There was a difference, and you could tell. And now I think some of the baby robins are flying because, You can tell they're robins, but they're small. But I did see, well, there was one European grackle is what ChatGPT, because I took a picture of it and put it on ChatGPT and it identified it as that. And that was the only one that I've seen. So they're not going to be a problem, I don't think. Now the squirrels have figured out how to jump from the porch over on top of the bird bath to get them a drink. So as long as they don't start chewing on the wood on the house, I'm good. We don't have as many birds as we used to since the hurricane and the hard freeze. All the neighbors have feeders too, and we say the same thing. We mainly have blue jays, cardinals, and doves now. My mom's got the big old parking lot birds and big black ones. Forgot what you call them. It was real bad at Walmart. They got so bad here, they cut all the trees down in the Walmart parking lots and some of the businesses around the Walmarts. Grackle, okay, yeah. Yeah. Wait, that one bird that said it was a European something. Crows. My mom just texted us. I'm home. I see you're on. Yes, I am. For a few more minutes. Welcome back. Would that be best? Oh, looking at these old chats, ain't no telling how far back I'd have to go to find that bird. Bird identification. Maybe that was it. American robin. There was more to it. Bird oh, here we go. Starling, European starling is what this one was. They didn't identify it as. I don't know. That's that. The bird in the front with a speckled plumage is definitely a European starling. But there was one bird. Mockingbird. I don't know which one the mockingbird was. Anyway. On the starlings, we had lots of those back home. I get some different looking ones, and that's the cool thing is you can just take a picture of it and stick it in ChatGPT, and I guess there's a pretty good chance it's right. It's snowing in your side now. One of these Chinese people asking me in an email if it's snowing here. They're probably wanting to send me snow stuff. I'm not going to say it don't snow here, but the snow that we get is We may not get any snow. We may get a dusting. We may get 2 or 3 inches. And that's pretty much it. Now, we have had some pretty deep snows, a couple of foot. But that's probably 5 times in my entire lifetime that we had that much snow at once. You've seen more hawks and starlings here. Well, y'all got those big old trees. There's a lot of Mississippi kites around here. We have a lot of those. And they are somewhat aggressive, especially if you have like little cats and things like that. They're almost as bad as an owl, but they look just like a falcon, identical to a falcon, only they're not that big. I don't want to see snow here. Well, y'all get snow up there. We just really don't get it here. I say that, and we'll probably get snowed in this year. That's why I was wanting a 4-wheel drive vehicle, is because when we do get weather, it's awful nice to have that 4-wheel drive. But I didn't get it, so I'm stuck with Nissan and 19.48% interest. We have been seeing hawks as well. Oh, man, my nose is itching. Ugh. I guess we have those Mississippi kites because there's a lot of tall pecan trees and stuff, and they stay up in the tops of those trees. Well, it looked like Mom was typing, and all of a sudden she's not. All that cocaine I'm doing is making my nose itch. Yeah. I was debating on whether to try to get a video finished tonight, but I remembered with the algorithm, this live stream will count as a video for today. So I'll still get a daily video, whether it was at 9 o'clock this morning or 9 o'clock tonight. I ain't going to worry about it. If your teeth fall out, we know you became a meth. Yeah. There's a lady that lives around the corner after. She's got to be. She is constantly working. She's nice. Seen her several times when go walking, and she'll speak. I told Emily we're going to have to name her. What was it? Methinda, because we don't know her name. She's about that big around, and her boyfriend's about the same big around, and they're both constantly bringing stuff in. There's up the road and around the corner, there's a little trailer house park, and that's where they live. But she's constantly bringing stuff in. He's working with a mowing crew now. I mean, obviously they make the living, and they don't bother anybody. So, whatever. Well, one of my panels, I have a few. Methods. I tell you, and I still wish they could do it. I wished they could take cameras into mental institutions, like where I used to work. I don't know if it would make any difference to these drug addicts, but if they could take the cameras in and show them what the results are, they might reconsider their way of life. Because unfortunately, in North Texas State Hospital, that's about 85 to 90% of the patients is drug addicts. I mean, there is some seriously mental people there do, either born with the mental illness or had accidents. Because, you know, if you hit the front of your head, you can start having what's the word for it when you're in a good mood, one bipolar in the front of your head. And we had one guy that he worked for the railroad, and he had a accident, and he said, it made me crazy. He goes, right now I'm normal, he said, but I may be trying to cut myself open. But he could tell you every baseball game, and the winners of all the World Series is from like the 1930s on up, and very smart man. But unfortunately, about, like I said, 80 to 85% of them is from drugs. So I wish they could show. Gig Adventures. You back? I'm back in black. Yeah. Fixing to get off here shortly, but welcome. I was looking. Where am I? I got too many tabs open. I got playlist open. Move this window over there. I don't even know where I'm at. And who's on third? I don't even know if I'm on second or not. There we go. Now I can open this up. I was looking at your channel. I was around the Gig Adventures in Las Vegas. That's where. What was her name? Actually, there's like 3 or 4 people that work in Vegas. Gig Adventures is live. Cool. Welcome. Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and get off here. And I'll probably go ahead and edit that video so I don't have to worry about uploading it tomorrow. It'll already be done. And then I can start on another video. As I've got six products in there to get done. And the weekend's coming, and I'm getting to where I like to take off the weekends so I don't have to worry about it. And, you know, work 3 or 4 days a week and don't work the rest of it. Just a matter of getting stuff done where I can do that. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great rest of your night. I forgot to turn the sign on, didn't I? Anyway, y'all have a great rest of your night, and possibly we'll see y'all on Grandpa's Random, or Dash and Grandpa. Get confused. Dash and Grandpa tomorrow night, if y'all are there. If not, I will see y'all next time. Ray says good night. He's good. Okay. Y'all be safe out there, and don't let him get the phone too hot. Make sure that you have to take care of him. But anyway, appreciate y'all being here, and y'all have a good night, and he's smiling. I'll see y'all later. Bye.